Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Thursday, August 27th, 2026. Well, it's the day, let's call it the evening of the big full moon lunar eclipse at 4 degrees of Pisces. The day leading up to the eclipse is always very intense, and that certainly is the case astrologically today. The sun is at 4 degrees of practical, hyper-organized, often critical, but generally service-oriented Earth sign of Virgo. And today, Mercury, the planet of communication, exactly conjoins the sun. That is called cazimi. I love that word. Cazimi. It is said to be under the beams, that's the astrological term, under the beams of the sun, which is to say that it's sort of consumed in the light of the sun. And since Mercury represents our rational minds, guess what happens? We're not very rational today, or it may be in short supply. So you want to be particularly careful. Not only do we have the intensity of the full moon lunar eclipse, but we have Mercury cazimi the sun, or vice versa. That occurs at 10:04 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 1:04 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 6:04 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time at 4 degrees of Virgo. Meanwhile, the moon is moving through the late degrees of unconventional, often visionary, sometimes just a little strange and weird, air sign of Aquarius, and it is void of course, meaning it's not making any aspects until it enters into the next sign, which just happens to be the mystical, magical, often escapist, but highly creative and intuitive water sign of Pisces. That occurs 12:04 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 3:04 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 8:04 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. While the moon is void, of course, in Aquarius, things tend to fall a little flat. Not a great time to initiate matters, and of course, with the sun cazimi Mercury, or vice versa, it's a little bit of a difficult day astrologically just to begin with. Then we have the moon entering into Pisces, and its first aspect is a good one. From 0 degrees of Pisces, it makes a harmonious 60-degree sextile, nice smooth angle, to Chiron, called the wounded healer, at 0 degrees of Taurus. This might be the best aspect of the day. It is lovely for practicing holistic health and healing methods, self-integration. Old wounds that come up may be able to be healed. 1:13 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when that's exact. 4:13 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time and 9:13 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. No other aspects until the actual full moon and lunar eclipse. At 4 degrees, 54 minutes of arc precisely, at Virgo, moon at Virgo, 4 degrees, 54 minutes of Pisces, opposite the sun at 4 degrees, 54 minutes of Virgo at 9:18 p.m. tonight, Pacific Daylight Time. 12:18 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, just after midnight on the East Coast, and 5:18 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, just before dawn. So that is one intense night. Then after that, we have the moon opposite Mercury at 5 degrees of Virgo, 10:20 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 1:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 6:20 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Our minds still may not be in great shape. And after that, we have a hard 90-degree square of the moon to Uranus, the planet of chaos, just 19 minutes later. It is just one of those days. So you want to be very careful today with all of this intense energy. It's volatile. It may be confusing. Breathe. Keep your energies steady today. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website. Please do. I'm going next week to the big astrology conference in Chicago. starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Especially today, enjoy the day, no matter what.